At another moment, 10 years have passed, and someone is asked how they have been during all that time. A man, upon hearing that a decade has already gone by, comments that a lot has happened since they parted ways. He says he is still the same as always, taking his kids to school, going to pubs to watch football, or accepting invitations to parties. Also, between playing the guitar from time to time just goes by. However, he says he was not slacking off. He also composed music for movies and collaborated on several projects. The interviewer points out that the world tour, after 10 years, sold out as soon as sales opened and asks if it is true. The man answers yes, and that his agency told him everything. He admits he thought they would sell enough to avoid failing, but he never imagined something like that. He thanks that support since it means the fans have not forgotten them. The interviewer then mentions the special album for the 25th anniversary of their first record. The man confirms they released it, although he admits he was not interested in putting out an anniversary album, but the agency insisted. He also acknowledges that releasing the same remastered album sounded boring, so he checked old demos and found fun things. They are recordings he made when he was young, full of energy with a raw sound and somewhat poor compositions, but with interesting details. He believes the fans will enjoy listening to them, so they will include them in the special edition. He is sure they will like it and asks them to give it a chance. The reporter comments that the world tour started last month and asks if there were more young people in the audience than expected. The man admits yes, and that he was very surprised. He thought it would be a kind of gathering of old friends, like flipping through old photos, remembering past craziness. That is why he became curious about why teenagers would go listen to someone like him. So he listened to his own album for the first time in 10 years. That is when he understood the reason. It is still incredible even now. Good music does not rust, and when something is good, it is good no matter the era. The interviewer mentions that the main track of the first album, Story of Trees, is still an iconic song many people keep singing. He asks if, when he wrote it 25 years ago, he imagined people would love it that much. The man answers not at all, and reveals he was 21 when he composed it. At that moment, he only needed some songs to perform in a club, so he made it quickly without thinking too much. Then the label asked to hear some demos, and since he said he would show them the next day, he told a little white lie. He ended up recording them as best as he could in a friend's shed and got them done in half a day. He also did not want the label to think he was a beginner, so he recorded something to show them. He wonders who would have imagined that song would sell worldwide, and says that if he had known, he would have gotten so nervous that he would not have finished the lyrics, not even to this day. He says that is how life is, because those who do things achieve something. If, when the label asked for the demos, he had said he had nothing recorded and would come back later, he would surely still be living in a tiny room that smells like cat pee. That is why he advises that if someone watching the interview is an artist locked in their room doing nothing, they should start doing something right away, whatever it is. They should trust more in a miracle than in their intuition, because great songs do not come by force. All of that was an interview Hain was watching on her phone. She thinks that band will also go to the rock festival. She admits to herself that it is going to be amazing and that the lineup is incredible. Then she notices something. She sees Yo-woon smiling, genuinely happy, even dancing a little. After a few seconds, she asks what he is doing. The young man sits beside her and asks if she has not seen it yet. The girl asks what he means. Yo-woon says he is like that because of the news about Seong Hyunjae's collaboration with Long Afternoon, and asks if she does not think it is crazy. Haein answers yes, and that she saw the news on Long Afternoon's Instagram. The young man comments that it is huge news and that it means a big artist knows Long Afternoon. He adds that Seong Hyunjae is one of the most important musicians at the moment, and that every song he releases enters the charts of the most listened to. He also says he even composes for idols. Just the fact that he knows Long Afternoon proves his taste was not wrong. Haein asks if he likes his music. Yo-woon answers yes, and that he sometimes listens to Downwelling and Sunshine at Sunset. He knows many believe that electronic music only serves to hype people up, but he says it has a warmth and emotion that end up making you fall in love. Haein watches him thoughtfully and comments that it is curious because it is the first time she sees him speak well of another musician. Yo-woon admits it is true and asks if it surprised her. Then he says it is because that musician will collaborate with Long Afternoon, and he is curious about what kind of song will come out. Even so, his favorite is still Long Afternoon, and he admits he was worried because they took long to update their Instagram. But thinking they were working on that makes him happy. His coworker looks at him with a slight smile until he asks if she is also excited, and the girl answers yes, very much. Then the young man asks if Seong Hyunjae will know who Long Afternoon is. He says that to collaborate, they must have met. Hae-in watches him for a few seconds and says she thinks they know each other, though it may also be that they do not, since many musicians today work completely online. She reveals that she also receives commissions by email. Yeowon, surprised, asks if it is true, but he still says that when he sees him again, he will ask him. The girl asks who he plans to see. The young man explains that Seong Hyunjae is a frequent customer of the cafe where he works. He does not go every day, but he stops by often, and he thinks he has a studio nearby because sometimes he shows up very late. Hae-in goes completely silent, feeling true terror. Then she asks why he never mentioned that. Yeowon answers he thought she was not interested in musicians outside rock, but he also wonders mentally what that reaction is about, thinking maybe she is a super fan of Seong Hyunjae. He reflects that he did not know that, and that when he sees Mr. Seong Hyunjae, he will ask for an autograph in her name to surprise her. Then he says that even if Long Afternoon keeps their identity secret, they surely crossed paths in the studio. Among musicians, they surely respected and helped each other. Even so, he wonders what Long Afternoon is like, their age, their style, how they dress. He knows that even if he asks Seong Hyunjae, he will not say anything, but at least he would like an impression. Hae-in lowers her gaze, then looks toward the horizon and calls Yeowon. She asks if, when he is with her, he will only talk about Long Afternoon. She questions if they are not dating now, and if he will keep talking only about that. The young man, with a slightly scared face, apologizes and says that it had been a long time since he had a passionate fan talk with her, and that he got too excited. Then Hae-in asks him to fangirl about her, leaving him confused. Then the girl asks him to ask her questions as if she were his favorite artist and to interview her, to think of something original and creative because she will answer with style. Yeowon starts thinking, and after a few seconds asks when her birthday is. But Hae-in answers that is not an interview, but an interrogation, leaving him speechless again just as the last train arrives. Back at his apartment, the young man receives a photo from Hae-in showing the date of her birthday. He reflects that it is August 11th. He considers that there is still a long way until that date, since they are not even in July yet, so he has time to plan something. He wonders how he should organize it. He considers looking for a nice restaurant and booking in advance. As a gift, he would like to give her an instrument, but he knows that with his part-time salary, he cannot even buy the guitar she uses. He also needs, as she said, to get to know her better and find out what she likes and what kind of presents would make her happy. Meanwhile, in Hae-in's apartment, she looks at a photo of Yeowon that also shows his birthday. She reflects that it is October 20th. Since they are still in June, there is time before Yeowon's birthday, but she must start thinking about what to give him. She starts looking into what gift he might like. Then she blushes, imagining what kind of gift he would prefer. She hides in her pillow and wonders what is wrong with her, because she can only think of spicy ideas. But then she admits that Yeowon is quite intense. On the outside, he seems innocent, but on the inside, he is a bit bold. And last time, she was very excited. She remembers what happened last time and stays silent for a few seconds. She says it does not bother her. It only surprised her how passionate he is. Even so, she thinks he should like something more practical. She notices his backpack is old and wonders if she could buy him a new one. At that moment, she receives an email with the subject of the arrangement for the festival. She wonders if it is a message from Seong Hyunjae. She thinks it could be the response to the special arrangement she sent a while ago, and that the reply was very fast. But changing her expression, she then gets annoyed after reading it, since she has to redo the take. The email says the sound is boring and asks her not to do things without effort. Hae-in protests, saying she did try hard, and that the man is unbearable today. Meanwhile, Seong Hyunjae says that since he is preparing this, he will do it well, because once he opens it, there will be no turning back. He reveals he is drafting an exclusive artist contract for Long Afternoon.